All my friends have dreads. 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 All my friends have dreads.
The following production has been brought to you by the Hippie Broadcasting Network, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records. Now here's our hosts, Regular B and Rebel Rich.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it going, everybody?
What a week it's been. Welcome to All My Friends Have Dreads, I think, right?
Episode 3. Yeah.
Episode 3. It is a good episode. We've got the Concrete Jungle coming. We've got Josh, who's the founder and owner of the Concrete Jungle, and we have his homeboy Phil and our homeboy Phil. They are family. It's going to be an awesome episode.
Yeah. This episode, we are going to pretty much stick with mental health and some addiction. Our guests are really, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Know what the fight for what the mental health fight is like. Has been through a lot and has a really, really, really powerful story to tell. And everybody should really listen because these guests is proof that there is a way out of those feelings. There's a way out of that anxiety. There's a way out of that stress. There's a way out of that depression, and there's a safe place to go. And these guys are skateboarders. Phil is a sponsored skateboarder. I believe it's called Heart of Stoke, and also sponsored by the Concrete Jungle, which is Josh Schaeffer's backyard skate park in a mile outside of Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. Dude, this is a skatopia. This place is so dope.
It's
right?
pretty amazing. We did a Halloween show there last year, and it was amazing.
The brotherhood, the camaraderie, it's skateboarding's amazing. And we're sticking, we usually music and reggae music, but we're all about the rebel culture, and skateboarding fits right in with the rebel culture. And Josh has dreads. So
pretty thorough dreads to be
right. So last week we had Tony from Cultivated Mind in the studio, and we talked a lot about the industry and we touched base on mental health, and just a quick rundown. How you feeling today, this week, Brandon?
Up and down. It's been a decent week. I don't know. It seems like it always gets better later in the week for me.
Right.
But yeah, I did accomplish my goal. I wanted to work out twice this week. I did, but they were like shit workouts. I don't even know. I'm just gonna do a couple push-ups so I can say I did it,
Right. That's something that takes discipline, man. It's something that's hard to have, especially self-discipline. Especially when it's like I could do these push-ups or I could watch TV.
It's true. Or I could do push-ups while I watch TV.
Right. True. Yeah, I don't know why I was off of work all week with a pinched sciatic nerve, man. That pain was crazy. And so I think that might have had a lot to do with my mental health. And today I've been struggling with anxiety really bad. And it may be due to the fact that, I have to go back to work after not being there for a week. Hi, babe. Wife in the chats. So it's kind of like, you try not to care about what other people think about you, but every person doesn't like to be judged. So like, I'm fairly new at my job, and now I just had a week of work off not too long after having COVID. So I have a little bit of anxiety going into that.
How's the back feeling?
Oh, a lot better. Yeah, a lot better. I'm going back to work tomorrow morning.
Nice. I did not hear from Tony. I would really like to hear from him, though, to know if he accomplished his goal of not eating late night junk food.
So, Tony, if you're watching,
yeah, shoot one of us a text here. Let us know what's going on.
Did you eat junk food?
Hi, everybody that's in here. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, welcome to All My Friends Have Dreads.
I do want to give a shout out real quick. Elephants Dancing now has booked a gig November 15th in Harrisburg, opening for Rome Ramirez.
Rome is very, very personal, close to my heart, because Sublime with Rome, believe it or not, was the band that brought me into this genre that ultimately led to us sitting here at this desk talking into these microphones. So, yeah. So we're going to be at that show, and I hope to be able to get to tell Rome how much his music changed my life.
Or wouldn't be a Rebel Sounds Rising without him, really.
No, absolutely not. And I got to give a shout out to my homeboy, Tyler Martz. Like, he was the one that bought the ticket. Like, I didn't even know it was going on. The show isn't going on. He's just like, here, man, I bought these tickets for 311 and Sublime with Rome. So, but I guess, let's get into it, because these guests really have something to say, man. And
yeah, let's bring them on here.
Yeah, let's bring these guys on. Their story's powerful.
So we have Josh here from the Concrete Jungle.
Jungle Josh. What up, Josh? Your mic's off. Oh, there he is. What's up, brother?
And there's Filbert.
All right.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Could everybody hear and see?
Thank you, dude.
Welcome, Josh Schaeffer, Phil Gold from the Concrete Jungle, Hittin, Pennsylvania. Josh is he owns. How about I just let you tell the story, Josh? Give us a little rundown of what the Concrete Jungle is.
Yeah.
Concrete Jungle is a backyard DIY. I started it 2016. Got addicted to it, kept going. And then the township came at me. My township had hit me with some technical shit, tech shit, whatever. So that kind of like jumped us back a while. 2 years of just drama bullshit, But I get it. I get where they're coming from. They had points, validated points, and what I did, whatever the case. So it's like, that's where my mental health started from the start, when they came at me. And then a year after that, my brother passed away, and that was like, fuck, my best friend's gone.
Right.
How long have you been building?
I tried to just keep working and say fuck it all, I'm gonna keep working, hide it, not deal with it, not accept it. And it was real easy to just find a crutch and start using, substance, meth, whatever I can get my hands on. Speed was my shit.
Right.
Just to numb the pain, of everything. And then like COVID hit, fucked my business up, I ran a business for 17 years of masonry.
Yeah, tell us about your business.
That was like, pretty. I did masonry. Yeah, you just disconnected me.
You're really lagging though.
Phil, can you hear us?
You just shut me off, then.
Phil, you good?
Yeah, I'm here.
We're here.
So you grew up around Josh in the Concrete Jungle. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
All right, so I didn't meet John first. My dad did, and I just started skateboarding off of watching X Games, and I just watched it as a kid, and I was always around dirt bikes because that was my dad's thing. And then when I was 8, I just decided to buy a skateboard, and that's what I did. And then my dad did concrete work with Josh, and I guess in their conversations at work was like, hey, my kid wants to skate. We should meet up and skate. and I'd go to Tamako Skate Park, which was his hometown turf at the time. Like that's where he
Right.
grew up, and we just go and have like barbecues and skate. And then he started making boards and opened a skate shop, and he was doing that whole thing when I think I was like 8.
Nice.
And my dad would just drop me off at Josh's house, and he had a half pipe in the backyard, and that was like the prequel to the jungle. He had the backyard made with a half pipe because that was
Right.
like everybody's dream is to have a half pipe in their backyard.
Right.
And
Right.
it's as
Right. I
simple as
know.
that for a skater. But Josh, now look at where we're at, dude. It's like I could go on and on and on, but
The jungle
that's how
basically
that's where I came into the jungle through my dad.
Good,
back
Josh.
in my day, there was like nowhere to skate, and like every time we get harassed by the cops and like arrested and shit, they'd be like, you want to skateboard, put a skate park in your own yard. So I fucking did.
And they were mad.
I'm just doing what
No,
you do,
Right.
But
You
yeah,
know,
but like your mental health was like the downfall for everything, and like I didn't really talk to nobody. You know what I mean? I just crushed it, and then the drugs consumed the hell out of me. Gave me 5 different personalities, and and with not working and shit, and my mental health going even more. It's like, and then I couldn't build my skate park. Like no one could come over. None of my friends were allowed over, even though we did. But still, it was like, everything was a shit. And
right.
the drugs gave me, the feel good about it until it fucking consumed me to the point where I was like, I basically planned my way out, and that was through suicide. I knew I was going to do it. I just didn't know what day it was going to be. It was either, how angry was I going to get, because that's what
So
a
you
lot of
were,
it.
so you were down so bad you were alienating everybody, pushing everybody away, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just broke into nothing and started thinking about suicide.
Yeah. I made sure my organization that I started was on the table. Everything was cleaned up, so we could still perform after I was gone.
Right.
The crazy thing is, like, I try to look back and like think about, what got me to thinking, about suicide, and the biggest thing that comes across is habit. It's like it's so easy to like get mad and be like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. That comes once a week, to once a day, to 5 times a day, to eventually putting a loaded gun in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? And actually doing it. Like the habit came so fast, and then mixing drugs with that. It's like I was like planning my own way out, and I was sick of my family watching me destroy everything and like not give a fuck, and like, because I didn't, I didn't give a fuck. I had no respect for myself or anything because I thought I was just done. You know what I mean? I was done.
Right.
I was out.
And you pretty much at that point had built up an empire. I mean, a small empire. You were. Let's say you were happy with your life. You were doing what you wanted. You had everything you wanted at one point in time.
I basically didn't want to destroy what I was building, and I knew that
your Mason business, your 501c3.
Yeah, if I stayed on the same path, that I was on down.
Oh.
And I didn't want that because it wasn't about me,
Gosh, we lost your video. We can hear your audio.
All right, yeah, we're good. And skateboarding is like
turn your Wi-Fi off.
skateboarding in my eyes is what saved my life again. Skateboarding is such an outlet. You get on your skateboard and you can just forget about everything. And it's like a medicine.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but can we circle back? You were talking about how you were feeling suicidal and you were at the point. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. I mean, I was pulling my driveway and like pretend I wasn't there. I was like, it was so, it's hard to explain. Like, I was planning my fucking death, basically. I just didn't know what day it was going to be. I knew I was going to do it, and I wasn't scared. It was weird. I just like, And then one day I was just really mad. I was trying to get a job done, and I couldn't get to work because of my mental health. My anxiety was fucking a mess, and I was just so pissed off. I was like, you know what, fuck this. I came in, sat down, grabbed the gun, threw it in the chamber, clicked it right where it's supposed to be, and fucking looked straight ahead and bang. The first thing I did was I grabbed my head, and I thought I was dead.
You pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
We can't see you. You have a black screen. We can hear you good, but we can't see you. So you actually brought those thoughts to life. It was that bad.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Man.
Like those habits led to that. Before I even pulled the trigger, I was sitting in a chair. If I was really having a bad day and I thought it was going to be a day, and then I would just take it to I would put it in the universe's hands and just throw it in the clip, spin the barrel, and play Russian roulette. And be like, all right, well, I guess it wasn't supposed to be today, and it was that serious. It was like, I don't know, man.
Wow.
I don't know.
So listen,
But
we have to. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. We have to take a break to pay some bills and run a commercial, and then we're gonna run a video of what that became. So where you went up from that day, and you're doing sober skate jams in your backyard, and we're gonna show a video on that, and then we're gonna come back and we'll touch on Phil.
All right.
I want to touch on Phil.
You're ready to run that commercial?
Are
you searching for affordable products and great rosin? Well, look no further. Whether you're keeping it simple or going all out, we've got you covered. Sunny's for everyday deals, and Hash RX for that premium fire. Sunny's keeps your stash affordable, giving you value every single day. When you want the best, Hash RX. Oklahoma's premium live rosin. No solvents, no shortcuts. Affordable or premium, the choice is yours. Find us at Oklahoma dispensaries.
Holdin, doing it.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Can you see me? Yeah.
Well, now I hear you.
Do what you like, cans, packets, and banks are where to stay away. wash away and annihilate the trauma that we save. It might take just one reason inside to carry on, or something sharp to cut these trauma bonds. I wish I could say something insane to wash away and annihilate the trauma that we save. It might take just one reason inside to carry on, or something sharp to cut these trauma bonds.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Brandon, regular here with my co-host, Rich, the Rebellion.
What?
I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm fucking like listening to
And we have Josh and Phil here from the Concrete Jungle. Josh is in the middle of telling us his story. It's a very powerful story. Where we left off, he had just put a shotgun in his mouth, pulled the trigger.
Hey, is that Phil? That background's got to come down, Phil. Can you turn that?
Josh, take us from that moment moving forward. Then, like what happened next? Where did your life go next?
Well, it was like after it happened, I started bleeding. I knew I was bleeding out. I was bleeding again. You know? And I couldn't find my car keys. I was like walking around the property. So I found my neighbor. And I walked into the hospital. My neighbor gave me a ride. And I don't even know how. But
Mute him.
he's like, yo, I'm bleeding, you know, you gotta stop this. I shot myself, and then I woke up, you know, in Bethlehem, St. Luke's. They put me in a coma. And it's like, as soon as I woke up, I was like, I wrote a note to my wife as I was waking up to take me off all pain medicine. Because at that time, I knew I shot myself. I knew what had happened. And I didn't want to fight that battle on top of it. I didn't want to be addicted to pain pills and then fall right back into the same substance abuse. You know, I'm an addict. It is, you know what I mean? I'm going to take advantage of it. If I get a drug in my system, I'm going to eventually take advantage of it.
That's some real shit.
Self-awareness is key there. That's awesome.
So, yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't take no pain medicine at all. You know, just 2 days ago, I was down for a day and a half solid. Like, I couldn't even, like, talk, nothing, eat. You know, I deal with a lot of pain in my mouth. And, you know, but it's what comes with it, what happens when you shoot yourself. You know, it's like, I'm blessed to be here, of course. But it's just like a torture that comes with it, I feel, you know.
Right. So tell us about like what your, you know, your support system and how everybody came together, what your family went through, and you know.
Yeah. The support system that I have, the bandits, man, and my family is like, it's no other, man. It's you know, we all support each other so well. We're like, you know, definitely a tight family. You know, it's just even with a tight support system, it's like, you know, the days I wake up and self guilt is a motherfucker.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And it's like it's, you know, it's some days it's hard to get out of it. You know, I feel like I shouldn't be here, type thing. You know, I shouldn't get this chance, type shit. But it's like, I don't know. I go counseling. You know, I'm sober, and that's fucking great. You know,
And
skate when I can, as much as I possibly can.
And we can't, for everybody out there, we could definitely, Brandon and I have the honor of also being really good friends with Josh. He's Rebel family, you know, and Josh and I met through music on just Facebook. I seen he had a dope ass skate park and wanted to do a show, and I hit him up, and we became best friends, started doing karate in the garage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So and so it's been about 3 years. So like I've been spending the last 3 years along with you in some of your journey from the idea when you and Jen and my wife Jen stood out back in the field talking about the vision that we all had for Rebel Sounds Rising, for the Concrete Jungle, your 501c3 called On the Grind. You know, your family, we have the honor of knowing your family, your son Damien, your wife Jen, your daughter Aubrey. They're amazing people. Like, and so it's no doubt with people like that supporting you that you can be able to bounce back from such a such a dramatic thing. Like literally you tried to end such a beautiful, what is becoming such a beautiful life.
Yeah. It's like I had so much too, you know, and it's like it's when you're dealing with mental health and then throw a substance on top of that, you know, you're almost a ticking time bomb, you know. And
right.
the worst, one of the worst parts was my wife was using at the same time as me, so it's like we were both ticking time bombs. You know, and putting my dog.
So you're saying
some trauma, you know, and like it all because, you know, we didn't want to talk about it or you know, use a substance as a crutch to deal with what we were dealing with. You know?
Right. So what's amazing is that basically and I tend to like to find people that like to defy the odds, that don't want to become a statistic, that are not a statistic, and especially you become a statistic when it comes to drugs. There's usually no way down but down, and if you're using together, it's even worse. Like that's just
right.
You know, and you were able to overcome that statistic. The love in your relationship and your family was so tight that everybody, you know, you were able to break that demon and build up.
Right. Yeah. Blessed, man. Blessed to have a
So tell us. Okay, go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry.
I want to know, you're doing a lot of community work, a lot of work to help people. I know you guys, we showed you that sober skate jam, the video that we played during our 420 break. I want to talk about run us through how you made the transition into helping the community through skateboarding.
I mean, that was my plan from the start, was to just give back to skateboarding, because it's like, it's such a great outlet, you know, and our culture is so great. It's like, you know, we're the only sport in the world that don't have any rules. There's no rules in skateboarding. You can't do it wrong. There's no penalties if you don't make it. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's like our culture, and like, you know, I feel like the more people that skate, you know, even it doesn't matter what age you are, when you start, how good you are, you know,
I'm back.
It doesn't matter. You know, it saves lives. It definitely does.
Right on. So Phil came back. We had some technical.
Yeah, my bad. My buddy didn't really understand exactly what was going on, so I just left real quick to explain to him like what the podcast was and everything.
Oh, right on. Much respect. So Phil, like, you've been dealing with some hard, we've talked in the past, and I've been friends with you as well for the last couple of years, so I seem to feel like I know you pretty well. Tell us about what you've been struggling through and what the jungle and what Josh has done for you.
So last year in October, my mom got in a really bad car accident and died at the scene of the crash. And I didn't, I was at work. I was an hour away, so I'm not going to go into that whole day, but I did lose my mom. I lost my grandparents on my mom's side. I just lost my Grammy, and then I just felt like I was losing a lot, and all that in a matter of 4 years, really threw me into a wall. And then I kind of went a little manic not that long ago, and then all my real friends know exactly what I just went through. So this podcast is kind of good timing to let that out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're a brother.
You can only bury so much before you really fucking go nuts.
And tell us about this, going through what you just went through and knowing what Josh has gone through and having the jungle and the jungle crew. Tell us what how that's helping you mentally, emotionally at this point in time.
Yeah, everybody in the jungle has a story, and when we put them all together, we realize we're not so far from each other. We all have different stories, but they all meet in the same way. Josh lost a brother, I lost a brother. That's another one I got dealt with lots of we all dealt with so much loss, and Josh has allowed me to just have a place to skate, have a place to feel family. I tell him a million times a day, and he knows it. They're like skate parents to me. I know them since I was 7 years old. I was basically raised by Josh in my skateboard. You know what I mean? He taught me a lot of my skateboarding skills. He's the reason I have the skills I do, because as I say it, fucking local, I skate his backyard every day, and every day I can at least. So that's my outlet. That's what saved me. You know what I mean?
And skating
Josh took the bullet for me. He showed me what Josh showed me the true meaning of talking about killing yourself. He has the story to prove it, and it's been a while, and I haven't felt like I wanted to die. Once I went through my mental health situation, I realized life's precious. So I took that, as a stepping stone to just do better.
Right. So that skating in the jungle, that's doing pretty well for you. Didn't you just get a sponsor?
Yeah, sort of. I help out with Heart of Stoke, and then they also show love back. But it's not glitz and glamour. It's just supporting people.
Right. It's just representing.
I don't get paid. I don't get much, but they give boards and clothes and stuff like that whenever they still feel.
Right
but
on.
It's not.
But
it's just supporting brands.
Yeah, Heart of Stoke is good shit, man. They do good stuff.
Right.
Yeah, dude, they're great. They allow us to give out to all the kids that we can possibly get our hands on. Anybody that's willing to skate, I could pretty much just hit up Heart of Stoke and be like, hey, I know a kid that's looking to skate, and no hesitation, 2 boards are in your mailbox.
Right.
Phil, how many decks do you have?
Listen, let me get this right, Phil. So I heard through the grapevine, and I may have even seen it, but isn't there a video out there of you beating Day One Song in a game of skate?
No, I didn't play him in skate, but he tried to back me up on the trick I tried, and he fell. But that's all right. He's
I know a video of
trick too.
What's that?
That was one of his tricks too.
So basically you landed his trick on first try and he didn't. So you're better than Day One Song. We got it.
Yeah,
that's almost better than a game of fucking
but here's what nobody saw. I saw him do blunts into manuals into big spins at the park. He was killing it. Just because he fell on my clip doesn't mean that he's not still killing it. No, that guy is a master of balance.
We're fans. Big ups.
Yeah.
Keep pushing.
Hey, I got
how many decks do you have?
So the answer should have been yes. I get an S.
So how many decks do you have, Phil?
Yeah, I gave him an
S. What was that? Go ahead. I apologize.
No, I wanted to know how many decks Phil has. I saw a bunch of them hanging behind him in his.
I think clean decks I have 30 something.
What about you, Josh?
And then I have like a bunch of like saved up like used boards that
I got
like not wall hanger approved boards. I probably have like 60. Yeah, me and Josh are pretty like close on the amount of boards we have. But he has a lot of stickers boards.
Yeah.
So Josh, tell us, about the recovery that you've been going through, what it was like, the medical part of it, man. Just even the want to be able to the let me rephrase that, the willpower to be able to go through all that medical, the surgeries, everything.
Well,
like it.
The crazy part is after I was out of ICU, they put me on the floor. I felt like I was like, can I go outside and please breathe fresh air, and like I'm alive. I just want to like, take it in for a second, and they wouldn't let me. And then like I felt like I wasn't getting proper care. I don't know what the hell I was thinking in my head, so I signed myself out.
You AMA'd.
Yeah. And I bunked up at the hotel down the street. I stayed close in case something were to happen. But yeah, I signed myself out. I mean, I was on no medicine, just antibiotics. But what I didn't realize is, and I found this out after the fact, when my surgeon talked to me, I was fighting like some major, like,
I bet, sir. I'm hearing chipmunks.
some brain shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
No, you're
like
talking sound like chipmunks.
Yeah, some major shit. Like neural infections and all that type of shit. So it was like, I didn't realize all that,
Right.
My jaw was wired shut, I don't know. I just need to be out of the hospital,
It's crazy. And what was actually like really what made your story real to me was when I was at your house and you spit out a BB, bro.
Yeah, it just happened a little bit ago too.
Years later, from the pellets from the shotgun shell, you spit out a BB, and that I was just like, damn.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I can't smell. I can't taste. I only see black and gray in my left eye. I can't eat. Other than that, I just you gotta put it together,
Right. So tell us what's next for the Concrete Jungle and Josh Jungle Skate and Phil. You can speak for Phil.
Yeah, next week we got on the 7th we got a family night that we're doing for the Hittin Police Department. Is having like a night out at a football
National
skate.
Night Out.
Yeah, so we're taking our mini ramp down there for kids to ride, and the Heart of Stoke donated 2 complete skateboards that we're going to give away. So we got a lot of things coming up, positive things. We got a skate jam, October 25th. That's going to be off the chain. We just got done. The Bandits, man, they killed it this past week. We laid down some serious real estate out back.
Nice. So you're making the park bigger.
Oh, we got a big chunk done. A lot more real estate. So that's crazy because I didn't think I was going to be finishing this park.
Right.
I wasn't supposed to be here. So now I'm here. Like, wow, this is.
Apparently, the Most High has something larger in store for you. Isn't it crazy, bro? How like it started with the cops being called, harassing you about your park in your backyard, thousands of dollars worth of fines, to now you're taking your mobile skate park down to National Night Out and hanging out with the law enforcement and our officers that keep us safe, man. That's pretty crazy. Big ups for that.
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle, man.
Redemption, bro.
So Phil, if you don't mind, if you could tell us, what coping skills that you've learned to help, that you're using to help you deal with the way you've been feeling lately. Can you hear? How about you, Josh? Can you answer that?
I don't know what's going on.
Besides skating.
Besides skating, I mean, when I go to therapy, you know, I kind of like I go once a week. You know, it makes me feel good. You know, talking, understanding, because I think a lot is like, in order to overcome something, you have to fully understand what your brain is doing and the cycle it's going through. With me, it's a little different because I deal with a lot of trauma and like, you know, side effects from shooting myself. So it's like I have to fully understand like what is going on. I feel, you know, because it's the only way really to teach others is to understand and overcome your own obstacles. And then maybe what you say can, you know, help somebody, you know, not trip and stumble somewhere, and you know what I mean, and
That's cool. It's just
Right.
you know, but I hearing other people's stories is good. You know, knowing that we're not alone. We're not alone in this.
Right.
You know, sometimes we get caught up and we feel like we're alone. We feel like so fucking dark and like that nobody else is dealing with what you're dealing with. But in all honesty, we're all dealing with it.
Right.
You
Phil,
know, stuff just
Phil,
don't
can
show
you hear?
it, you know, and
yeah. I don't know what was happening. It was like going to like talking like Alvin and the Chipmunks, and then I just like get cut off.
Yeah, well, you're moving around, so you're jumping from tower to tower and all that. So if you could answer the same question we asked Josh, let us, besides skating, what other coping mechanisms that you use that you've learned
Just
recently?
did it again.
What's that?
I got to get out of the spot that I'm in.
All right, it's all right, man. So
Sounds like he needs a coping mechanism immediately.
So close.
they use coping mechanisms. That's the coping at the top of the ramp. That's their mechanism. They cope with the ramp coping.
So, Josh, a message
Dude, I
for
only
anybody
hear
out
Alvin and the
there
Chipmunks.
struggling. What do you got?
what's that?
Said a message for anybody out there struggling. What do you got?
Yeah,
Man,
something's going on.
open up, talk, find an outlet, you know, stay out of habits. You know, whether you're suicidal or thinking about that stuff, the more you think about it, the more you're gonna want to do it. You know, it's like you're tricking your own brain into, you know, you're manifesting it in your own reality. You know, so it's like when you're cutting, you know, just cut back on it. Stop. You know what I mean? Like the habit, you know, break the habit. Start breaking the habit, because the more you get into a habit, the worse the habit becomes.
Right.
I don't
And
know.
we're how it works.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So Phil, are you there now? Do we have you? The listeners want to know what you, besides skating and ramp coping, what other coping mechanisms are you using to get to help you lately?
No.
All right, we're gonna have to listen.
To ignore people.
Yeah, if we could just, that's can we love you, Phil, but that's getting to be a pain in the rear end ass. Ass here. Yeah, we're up 420 radio. What are we talking about? So Josh, your story is impressive, man, and it's amazing to be able to be your friend and like just to experience what I've seen in the last 3 years is awesome. And we've kind of been building together. You know what I mean? You've been there to support Rebel Sounds Rising. We've been there to support Concrete Jungle.
You guys help at our shows. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Your son, everybody, like your family is special, man. And like, we want everybody to know that Josh, from what I know, Josh's skate park, it's a safety zone for anybody. You know, except assholes. We don't like assholes.
We'll make you a nice guy.
Yeah, right. It's just like there's, and then when you're there, there's, as you've seen in the video, there's so many different types of people. They're old, young. There was even, if people are, you know, skate savvy, if they paid attention, there was even a pro in that video. So like, it's Kerry Getz, Lee Heighton.
Yeah.
So Josh, anything else, like anything else you think that it's important for our listeners and our viewers to hear and to know, you know, getting through, because we're in a very, very, you know, scary time in society right now where evil and violence is reigning out and people are acting upon their impulses, you know, and it's to us at home that could be scary. So let us, you know, what do you suggest?
I mean, you just gotta like, I don't know, man. The world today, like you said, is crazy, you know. But you're not alone, you know. So don't hide yourself and like, you know what I mean. And try to find good habit, you know. Try to find a positive in every negative. You know, I know it's hard to do, you know, and live in the moment. The future, you know, gives us anxiety. In the past, they don't fucking need us anymore, you know. So it's like, you know, the moment is really all we got, you know. And it's like at any moment it could change for the better or for the worse, you know. Hopefully for the better, you know. But it's like even on your darkest days, you know, like with me, a split-second decision of in either direction, it could have went either, you know, I could have not shot myself, or I could have hit the spot, you know. And so it's like it's, you know, we're only here a short amount of time, you know. It's too short. Fucking
Facts. So this is the part of the show where we generally set a goal for ourselves for next week. And then at the beginning of next week's show, we kind of touch in. We'll probably reach out to you at some point during the week, make sure you're following up with your goal.
Yeah.
But let me see. I think so. Last week I wanted to work out twice, which I did, but I kind of cheated because I basically didn't set any kind of limit there. So my goal for next week is to work out 3 times, but they got to be for like 30 minutes each. So that's me. Josh, will give you a second to think about how you want, what do you want to do to better yourself, but we'll go to Rich here.
Yeah, so my goal, I said I wanted to eat healthy and pay more attention to my gut health, but I did eat salad this week. I did eat salad. I mean, probably didn't eat the healthiest around the salad, but I did eat a salad this week, if that counts. I really listen, like I said earlier, it comes to that self-discipline. And lately I've been dealing with anxiety and depression issues, and it's so hard to just fall back into that mentality and use that discipline to get up and move, to take your dogs for a walk, to walk out the door, to love, just call your mother, any of that stuff. Like it just, you know, it all seems like,
you know, you know, it works pretty good too. If you just reach out to somebody and ask them how they're doing.
Yes.
Right. Because if they're having a bad day too, then it makes your day not so bad. And now you're cheering each other up.
Right.
That, yeah, that's a fact. It's hard to think about my own problems when I'm helping somebody else through theirs. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's just the same thing, just to show that like we're all in the same ocean. You know what I mean? Like we're all swimming around. You know?
Right. So what's your goal for the week?
My goal is to get off of these fucking vapes, dude.
Do you think you can accomplish that in 1 week?
He's setting the bar high.
Yeah, that's a high bar.
Let me tell you, today when I was skating, I slammed pretty good. I fell with the vape in my hand, and it acted as a wrist guard, and I split. So it
I had to get out of a bad service area. We have to garage.
Well, Phil, real
good
quick.
Now, my bad, dude.
Phil, real quick, give us a goal that you plan to accomplish this week.
Stay awake all night.
Get through work. Yeah, get through work without falling asleep. That's it for tonight.
One day at a time. One day at a time. So we got a couple of minutes left, and while we got Phil back, don't pick your nose, Phil. Anyways, we got Phil back.
He's still picking that.
Listen, besides the ramp coping and skateboarding, what are some coping mechanisms you've learned recently and been using to try to get through, you know, the hard times, you know, that you've been facing?
Stay busy.
Just stay busy.
Stay busy.
Yeah. Like I work better on a schedule, and I don't have anything to do. I like get inside my head.
Well, you have
all that I have to do is like play Xbox or go hang out with Josh. Because I get stir crazy because I'm not doing anything. So like doing the project in the backyard was a good one. Like for all of us, like as bandits, like that's what makes you a bandit, building. You know.
Right.
And whether that's with concrete or doing like
Tell
we have
everybody
like
what a jungle bandit
everybody
is.
does something different.
Right.
Yeah,
Tell us what a jungle bandit is.
a bandit. It's
Yeah,
you
tell
know
tell tell the viewers and listeners what a jungle bandit is.
someone could go through the worst of days and still come out and like help. We help each other like to the max. Like Josh is like famous for like always helping me out whenever I'm down, and like same with him. Like back when he didn't have like a vehicle, I'd come over.
All right, we got to cut him. We love you, Phil, but we got
Walmart, like
Phil, we're losing you again. Listen, we're gonna have to let you go, Phil, because you're cutting out. We
Is
love
it-
you.
is
And
it
we'll
last-
touch base with you. Josh. Anyways, so
later.
Later, Phil.
love you, brother.
Be safe,
So
bro.
Josh,
Don't fall
Josh, what
asleep.
where do you see the next 5 years?
Oh man, I don't know.
I can
got
tell you,
on the
buying
future.
that land out back, man.
If I think too far in the future, you know, I won't see today.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, because you're too much focused on the future to see what's right in front of you, man. That's some deep philosophy.
yeah,
It's like the one they say, if you got 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the future, you're pissing all over today.
right. In 5
Right.
years, if I'm better than I am right now, it's perfect. Everything's right on time. You know, I feel.
Right
You know,
on, right on.
If you try to reach too hard for something and it's not time to have that yet, you know, it usually never works out anyway. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that
Right.
we definitely embrace that. I don't think we were ready for Rebel Sounds Rising or the access to the kind of people or artists that we have access to now. Years ago, we would have probably made fools of ourselves.
you guys kill it, dude. You guys climb the ladder pretty fucking quick, I must say, man. Proud of you
I
guys.
appreciate that. You know, but
Appreciate
we couldn't have done that without, you know, our friends and our family and our support group and like, you know, East Rock Roots, like the family, the network that we've built in the last couple of years is something really, really special, man. And it's just, we're so blessed. You know what I mean? To think back, I know Brandon and I, we talk about it all the time. Like 20 years, we were in a studio, you know, on a 4-track recorder, wishing we were here today doing what we're doing. And here we are. It took us a long time to get here. We might have went the long way, but you know, we're here. We found our little niche in music and we're trying, you know, we want to bring everybody along. So Josh, tell everybody where we could find the Concrete Jungle on social medias, LinkedIn's, whatever you got, you know, so people could support, tell them what you got going on, merch, whatever, decks, you know, let them know that people could donate and support. It is a legit 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah. Yeah, the Concrete Jungle Beach with Z on Instagram. Josh Jungle Skate on Facebook. YouTube is Concrete Jungle Beach. And we have a link tree. It should, you know, I'm not really good with all that.
Yeah, I definitely feel you.
Not my
So
area.
Skate Jam next week. Is this open to the public?
No, this is invite. Our skate jams are invite only.
Okay.
But if you see the invite, you are invited.
If you're
Or if you hear about the invite, you are invited.
Reach out. Yeah, just reach out. Right.
But listen, like these are sober jams because we have people of all ages at them, you know, so you know, it's 420 friendly.
420 friendly, right.
Yeah, but you know, we try to keep it. Alcohol and skateboarding just doesn't mix, man.
I mean, it never did. I mean, it's great to get a buzz on and throw yourself down a flight of stairs, you know, because like whatever, you know. But it's now that I'm sober doing it, I'm honestly skating better now than I was when I was 20.
Right.
You know? I wish my mind was there and like my sight was there and shit more. because everything's different in my left eye. You know what I mean? So it's like I can't really see the shapes of ramps a lot. You know, and the sunlight fucking just blinds the shit out of me. But it's like a lot changed with skateboarding because of it, because of shooting myself. But I'm blessed to be on it. You know, it's fucking crazy. And then the crew of the bandits, you know, just, you know, pushing me to keep going in the yard and like, you know, getting forward.
Don't you have a toddler too? You had a child after all of this. You went you brought another life into this world to be able to. And little Leo's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
so my son,
Leo's cool.
Son's 20, and my daughter's 25. And after I shot myself, we had a baby. He's
sperm.
So it's like I got the gift of life to like a full start over.
Right.
Hard. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes sometimes I think in my, and this is honestly like, am I still in a coma type deal? You know what I mean? Because like this is all like, is this really fucking happening?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's almost like so unreal sometimes.
I see Nick in the chats. What up, Nick? Check out their band Fire Set by Kings, which is a Jungle sponsored band.
Yeah,
man.
It's actually formed at the Concrete Jungle.
Yeah. They did their first set as a Rebel Sounds Rising show, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
All right, that band. Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome.
And Nick was with us for the very last Wu-Tang show, which I ended up getting COVID from.
Nick has been my homeboy my whole life since I'm a teenager.
Right.
And he's been, you know, in and out of jail, you know, fell victim to the drugs, and you know he's doing fucking great now. 7 years clean. He works at recovery center.
Wow, big ups, Nick.
And now he's like helping people get into rehabs, and like he's really making positive moves on that end. And like I couldn't be more fucking proud of that kid. You know, and we're still fucking pushing right next to each other. You know, better than we ever were. It's fucking
right. Yeah, and I've experienced it. I've been there. I've witnessed it.
Yeah,
I mean, and that just shows, dude. Like your story's so powerful that it's helping your homies. You know, to be able to have a place to go, like to just know that it's almost like. Nah, I don't want to say that. It's inspiring, man. It's very inspiring. I love you too, Nick. It's really inspiring to hear your story, Josh. And you know, we're gonna have you come back on here one of these days, you know, in a couple months, maybe after the first of the year, to talk to everybody about what's been going on, you know, for the jungle and what came about. But well, we're gonna have to start heading out here. We're gonna wrap this show up in another minute or so. So is there anything you want to say to the people out there? Last words?
Keep pushing, man. Keep pushing. Pulling this shit together. You know, reach out to somebody, say what's up, ask them how the day's doing. It might change your day. You know, or you might change somebody else's day. Keep looking out for each other. Homies helping homies, man.
Word. I love that. Josh, I want to thank you again for coming on here. I love what you guys are doing. I truly do. You are amazing people. You ever need anything, obviously reach out. Yeah, so that's our show for tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Have a blessed evening.
Right on. Love y'all, bro. Love y'all.
All my friends have dreads. 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 All my friends have